Welcome to Knox Talk, talking all things Knoxville, with Robbie Sands and Lauren Rutherford.
Thank you, Marissa, for that lovely intro. And I'm super excited today because not only do I have Mr. Patrick Hoffman with me.
Mister, if you're nasty.
Oh.
But
I'm bringing that back.
Bringing it back to give some color to the podcast here. But we also have Lauren back.
I know, I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we need air horn.
Yay!
Yeah, just put that in. I need more of an entrance.
Applause,
Yes.
applause.
Rose petals. You can't see it if you're driving in the car, but there are rose petals falling from the ceiling. It's being recorded now, so I can't say stuff like that.
No, that's a lie.
That is
Yeah.
a lie.
The
That's
problem
true, lie.
is that the rose petals are kind of crispy because they've been up there a while just waiting on your return.
It's been a while.
It has
I know.
Where-
Sorry, there's a pandemic going on.
I know, right?
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
So what have you done since the last time you were on with us?
I've been exploring more of Knoxville and sitting in my house, basically. No, I've been outside doing a lot of things outside because we can't go in places.
That's true.
Nice. Have you been working, like just taking your laptop outdoors, sitting out of the sun?
Yeah, I've been hanging out outside and sitting in the sun a lot. Not taking my laptop necessarily. Anytime I can get away from the screens, I do.
What about painting? So you hung a painting up today, and it was a very beautiful painting, and you did it, which is crazy. So have you been painting a lot?
Actually, this is a fun quarantine thing, and it ties in because my friends and I have been doing more art. We joined an online art club. There's a prompt a day, and you like either paint it, you draw it, you do whatever, and then you post it to social media. So I have been painting a little bit. So if you're bored during quarantine, you could give that a try.
How does someone get? I'm inviting the whole world. How does someone get involved in that?
Okay, so there's like a lot of people are doing it out there. Ours is called Let's Draw Art Club. It's on Instagram.
Okay.
And the prompt will be posted on the story. So like one day it was fire. And so different people, like we drew or painted or did an art themed post about fire. And then you post it on your story and you tag, and then they'll repost.
So who decides the content? Who decides what's going to be the thing for the day?
So for a little while, my friends and I were, because we
Okay.
started it. And then we stole the idea from some friends we knew in Prague. And then they were like, we'll just join ours. And so now they do the post and the prompts.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest prompt that you guys have had?
The weirdest?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even think about, we did insects, which I enjoyed, but it wasn't very weird.
Yeah. I mean, see, I'd be that guy that's like plate of spaghetti.
Yeah, well, food, like we've done like your favorite fruit, like stuff like that.
Cookie jar filled with human eyeballs.
Yeah, we did
Whoa.
smoothie. That was like, I'm like, how am I going to draw a smoothie?
Yeah.
And then I did.
Just
So-
a really cool looking E.
Corona,
Oh, gosh.
your choice.
Yeah, spore, death, what? I don't care.
Terrible beer. I mean,
Oh,
there are a lot of options there.
That's fair.
They
That's
did.
fair.
This one's funny. They did Stone. If I'm looking at the right one, they did Stone, and someone drew Emma Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That was
that
my
is-
roommate. That one's
That's
mine.
brilliant.
The one,
This one?
no, down, that one.
Oh yeah, that's really
So-
good. I don't know if
This
that
is
even
fun,
shows.
though.
Show it
for
to the camera.
People that,
Camera.
This one,
The closest one.
the closer one. I
Very
can see
cool.
if I can pull up
Well,
an
that's
image of that
cool.
and add it to
Yeah.
the video.
yeah. But
Super cool.
we didn't have to go down that path, but I'm glad we did.
Wasn't in the show notes, but I like it.
Emma
Yeah.
Stone. That's a good. I
It was
really
funny.
enjoy her though.
She's great.
Yeah, she really is. I love Emma Stone. She's
Okay.
a good actress. She's funny. Great comedic timing. Also great for an art project.
Who would have known?
Great stuff.
Who would have known about Emma Stone?
Oh, I see what you did there.
I got you.
It was bad. Not even, just kidding. I'm just
So
kidding.
other than drawing art in Knoxville,
Sure.
anything else you've done in Knoxville?
I mean, I've been really dipping my toe into like local deliveries and pickups, just trying to support local
Okay.
businesses.
So you're not doing the delivery and pickups.
No.
But you're supporting people who do.
Yes. I am.
You're ordering food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I was trying to say
Okay.
that without saying that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And like picking up like Kefi, the restaurant downtown, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love. They do, you can pick up cocktails, and they like we're doing menus that you can pick up, and I think they still are so good.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Have you been picking up or ordering or delivering or eating at all during this pandemic?
There's this place. It's an Italian place, Pizza Hut.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
And we've definitely been to Pizza Hut a couple times.
I've never been there.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you should go. Take your spouse. Beautiful evening.
No.
Dining at its finest. Not the case.
I do love Pizza Hut, though. I mean, in the grand scheme of, pickup or delivery fast food chains, Pizza Hut's right up there with Domino's. And
I'm going to fight
Quality.
y'all. I don't like either. I go Papa John's.
Okay, Papa John's is
now they have
really
the best
good.
cheese sticks.
Yeah.
Papa John's cheese sticks are basically heroin in a box. I mean, I've never
That's
done
a
heroin,
strong
but I am
statement.
assuming
Say.
that we may have police
I
here
was going to
today.
say there's a cop in the room, so you felt.
I've never done heroin. No, I've never done heroin, but I assume it's like eating cheese sticks.
Sure. I'm sure that's very
I
competitive.
just don't know if seems like a stretch. You might have to try heroin so that you can then give us a true analogy.
We need a full report.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we'll get right on that.
Okay, cool.
Let me just call my guy.
With the quarantine non-grooming stuff going on, though, I feel like you could probably find some heroin.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen this shirt that I'm wearing? Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
That looks like
It's not even pressed.
that's like
It smells
every-
like mothballs. Like, what is my life right now?
that's every shirt that I ever wore to the Cotton Eye Joe.
To the Joe.
To the Joe.
This
Oh my
is a nice shirt. I mean,
Yeah,
it's got
no.
sleeves. That's a step up for me these days.
There's a collar.
There's a collar.
It buttons.
Good enough.
It could be pressed.
It could. Now, one thing, I'm so sorry to get us off topic, but one thing that you had mentioned is you went to the Storm and Crab,
Okay, so we did
which
pick up.
is amazing.
Love it. I love like crab how do you say it?
Crab oil?
Boils.
Crab boils.
Love it. And my friend's birthday was a quarantine birthday, May 8th. So we were like, we need to do something a little special. So we picked up the Storm and Crab, and we got crawfish, like snow crab. Delicious. I cannot like emphasize it enough. It was so good. And it had been too long since I've like had that kind of like
Oh, yeah.
cooking. So if you're looking for like Cajun style, like you need like a good Louisiana crab boil, go to Storm and Crab.
That's awesome. Also, I think that quarantine birthdays should be called quarantine senoras.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
well,
I've not heard that.
Quarantine senora.
Quarantine. Yeah.
It's because I just made it up.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Sorry,
sure
I
that there's
thought-
somebody else out there who's already said the same thing, but you know what? They're not claiming it. They're not in this room. Nobody here knows them. It's
we'll
fine.
let you have it. We'll let you have it.
Yeah. When
Trademarked.
when the Storm and Crab opened, we were one of the first ones to go, and they gave us a pin. Have you ever been inside?
Mm-mm.
Well, inside people have wrote their names all over everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun.
They took a really nice restaurant and then gave people Sharpies to write all over the place.
Well, it was a Quaker steak, so was it that nice? No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Is it the one over there
true.
on, is it off of Merchants?
It's
no,
Violet. It's off of Kingston Pike.
Yeah.
across from Rice GMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know exactly what we're talking about. It's the one that has the weird parking lot that it's like
Yeah, it's a terrible
Kinda-
parking lot.
terrible to get into.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Good
Worth
food.
it.
Great
Worth
food.
it.
Yeah.
For
awesome.
sure.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to try that.
It's so good. You should.
My mouth is watering just from listening to you talk about it.
Well, another place. Do you guys like boba tea?
No.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what
I
boba tea
do, but
is.
no.
Boba.
Well,
I don't
Bet.
I don't like chewing my drinks.
well, I have. How many times have you had it? I have a theory that you hate it the first time you have it. The second time you're like, that's still pretty weird. The third time you're like, I'm obsessed. So you.
Basically the same trend of White Claw.
I loved White Claws right away. Don't talk bad about White Claws. They have a new variety pack. I'll stop.
Okay.
But So good. But Hey Bear Cafe off of Middlebrook, it's like they have boba. Had it yesterday. I'm obsessed. It's so good. I don't know if you like tapioca pudding or anything, but
I still don't know what it is.
It's got tapioca pearls in it, which are basically it's like crunching into an eyeball. It's a texture thing.
Your analogies. Can we just stop for a second?
No.
My analogies are painfully accurate. Ask anybody
who's
has
ate
eaten
an eyeball and or shot heroin.
I don't have these comparisons.
I don't like tapioca at all. I like the flavors that they can get into boba tea, but I've never liked. It's like little pearls, and you bite them, and they're kind of squishy, but also solid.
Yeah, well, and at Hey Bear, they have like the jellies or like the popping bubbles. And so they're different. Okay, so what it is, it's basically like a fruit tea. Like, have you had like fruit teas?
No, but you looked at me like, okay, boomer, here's what it is.
I feel a little bit like I'm explaining it to a senior citizen. No. It's just like a fruit tea that they'll put these like they're made out of starch. Like they're almost like tapioca pearls in the bottom. And I don't know.
And you get a really big straw.
Yes,
it's like
you get a big.
The straw has like a very large diameter.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's good.
While you're drinking it, you're like sucking up the little balls.
We'll have to do a group trip.
It's like large. It's like giant caviar almost.
Never had caviar.
It's like giant caviar.
You've had caviar.
I've never had like beluga caviar, but I've had like caviar.
Yeah, I mean sushi.
Yeah, like the roe.
Yeah.
What's the difference between caviar and what'd you say, beluga caviar?
Well, that like caviar is a specific. It's almost like
it is just fish eggs, but there's like so many different levels of caviar. So there's like the roe that they put on sushi is different than the kind that you get in the little tiny jars,
like the tin. Because that's beluga, right? Like it's the brand. Yeah. And it comes from one fish, like a specific fish that is like, that's specific, caviar.
Yeah. It's really like
it's like when
hoity-toity.
Yeah, like champagne has to come from like Champagne, France.
Okay.
Other than it's just like sparkling wine.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So
okay.
Yeah.
Culture.
You just mean cultured.
I could be dead wrong. And someone please tell me because I don't mind being wrong.
I wonder where the like premier caviar place is in Knoxville.
Would there be one?
I don't know. I mean, maybe Echo.
I don't know.
It's French cuisine. They have escargot over at Echo, which if you've never had escargot, you are not living.
Oh.
I mean, you can have your boba tea, but I will totally eat snails.
You like buttery, slimy?
Not slimy, soaked in butter and garlic and herbs, and it's the weirdest texture. But you'd think it would be like slurping up a booger, but no, that is clams or oysters. Which are like slurping up boogers.
You're right.
Yeah, I was a kid once. We all were. We've all picked our nose.
Okay, wait. I don't want to go that far.
But escargot, really tasty. And I figure if there's one place in town that would have something a little bit more, hoity-toity like that, it would be Echo.
Sure.
Even though totally reasonable prices for the kind of quality of food that you get.
That makes me think that you haven't had boba 3 times.
I have.
Oh gosh. Okay. We'll get off of that train. Do you know what other place, though, you should try?
Okay.
That's near the Storming Crab. I'm going to butcher this. It's Taqueria La Herradura. It's
Herradura.
Have you been there?
I've been there. Over there in downtown West.
Yeah.
No. The truck.
You're right.
The truck.
Yeah,
well,
that's impressive.
There's a brick and mortar. But the truck by Rooms to Go.
Yeah.
Off of Kingston Pike.
They park in the Pilot parking lot right there.
Yeah.
There's usually a really long line because it is so stinking good. And this fits into our conversation a couple weeks ago about Mexican food and the most delicious Mexican food in town. I mean, it's right up there. It's really tasty.
It's so good. They specialize in like tacos. I think they have like burritos and stuff, but
Yeah, you can get quesadillas there, I think.
Yeah, I think
But they
you
have
can.
they have literally like 10 things that you can choose from, and it's all basically made from the same base components,
Mm-hmm.
but really good flavors.
They have like pollo chicken, asada. I'm telling you the flavors because they also have, what is it, lingua? It's tongue.
Oh, yeah. They
Yeah.
have tongue.
They have tongue.
Lingua, that sounds about right.
I don't know. It might be. I have no idea.
Lingua,
But I
lingua.
Well,
haven't
it
tried that
sounds-
one.
It sounds delicious
It makes
until you
sense.
said it was tongue.
Well, everything about, I mean, the flavors are on point. It's spice. It can be spicy, but
Yeah.
you know, I've been upping my spice tolerance. So.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah.
You've been watching the hot ones, and you're
Yes.
like, I should up that. Yeah.
I watched the hot ones. I was like, I've got to raise my spice tolerance, and now I can eat really. It's been a long process.
Wait, what's
Oh,
the hot
really?
ones?
It's a YouTube channel about this guy who interviews celebrities and with hot wings.
Yes.
Yes.
And they get increasingly hotter.
Yes. And I love it.
Somebody
Yeah.
sent me the Gordon Ramsay episode because I love Gordon Ramsay, but I'd never watched it.
Right. Well, he was a bit of a wimp, but his palate is more sensitive, we'll say. So we'll allow it. But it was, anyways, back to the tacos, on point too. But that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it.
Hey, no, it is really tasty, but you do have to wait a little bit. So, be prepared
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes to like go up, and it's like you're waiting at a restaurant because you order, it takes you 10 minutes to get up there to order, and then it takes another 5 to actually get your food, but it is cooked right there.
Oh, yeah.
Super fresh, super tasty.
Worth it. For sure.
Yes, completely worth it.
Yeah.
Food trucks are just taking over, aren't they?
They're
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of the go-to these days. I mean, with lockdowns and quarantines and social distancing, I mean, these trucks can travel just about anywhere. It's minimal contact.
That's true. That's a good
you
point.
can maintain distance from other people while you're waiting. I know a couple of people who live in large neighborhoods who the neighborhood organized to get a food
Mhm.
truck to their neighborhood. Just because there are so many people there, not a lot of people could have gotten out. Older neighborhoods, it's a great option so they don't have to travel anywhere. The immunocompromised, sometimes people
Yeah.
can't leave their house. So having a food truck that can, come to you if they're available and they can schedule it, such a phenomenal way to try something new and delicious.
I think because I grew up with, I don't know how to say that, lower expectations.
Low expectations, like
Yeah,
Kraft
like
macaroni
we
and
ate.
cheese from a box.
Yeah, we ate at the
stovetop.
ball field
The
all the
best.
time, and repeat meals kind of thing. And so, for me, when I think of food trucks, I think of the fair, the Tennessee Fair, and that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
different type of food.
Hey, there is one.
Sure.
That
Yeah,
have you been there? Like, have you ate out of the food trucks at the Tennessee Fair,
No.
Valley Fair? You haven't.
but it's all like
No.
funnel cakes and corn
Oh,
dogs.
well, that's like fair
It's
food.
fair food.
It's
Yeah.
fair food, yeah.
It is a
so that's
specific
what
category
that's
of-
what's in my head.
But like
Sure.
now, going to events like Rhythm and Blooms or
Oh,
any
yeah.
big event, they've got all these food trucks,
Yeah.
and there's almost always a fair food truck, so
Well,
you
sure.
can get your funnel cakes.
You need it. It
That's
has
true.
its place because it
It
was like
does.
born there.
Yeah.
But like people are more creative now, and now you can have like great tacos out of trucks. Like why
Soup.
wouldn't you want soup? There's
Yeah.
soup.
You can get soup.
There's hibachi. I saw a hibachi one the other day. I don't know.
I
You're
don't
like,
do.
yeah, there's
I don't. You really push. You're pushing soup hard.
I like soup. I mean, soup and a sandwich. It's perfect or cold weather food.
Or hot weather, I guess.
Or hot weather.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
a nice chili gazpacho.
Sure.
No thanks.
I don't even
No
know what that
thanks.
is.
Well,
Gazpacho it's like a cold
the cold soup.
No, that was vichyssoise. Yeah, vichyssoise, which is like a cucumber soup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Which actually I don't mind.
it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
I made a white borscht the other
Oh.
night, which borscht is beets. It's a Russian or that
Sounds it.
area soup. So it's made from beets primarily. It's very dense, very earthy. And a white borscht was made with a specific kind of bean used to thicken it, so you don't put any like cream or anything in it. It's just
Oh, sure.
it was very bland. It was very bland. It's peasant food.
oh.
But
was bad.
you it's the kind of food you make out of whatever you can find in the ground.
Yeah.
And then you Yeah.
One wonders why you would make it.
But it lasts and it lasts and it lasts. And it's great for people who don't have a lot of money, but need food that is lasting and nutritious.
Sure.
So white borscht. It was terrible. I mean, it really was terrible. I put a lot of horseradish in
I've
it.
never heard you talk this much, and I've learned more about you in 20 minutes than the whole time I've known you. Like heroin, eyeballs, boogers, borscht. So I'm keeping
one
mental
more
tally.
disgusting thing to put into your face hole. Borscht.
Oh my gosh.
Just the way you
That
said face
sentence,
hole,
I was seriously-
like kills me.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm gonna rein us back in. And I've heard this. I don't have a lot of information about it, but I've heard that sports could be coming back
Sports
just
ball.
with no crowds. Have y'all heard that? Any input?
Yeah, I've actually heard it about. I don't know if this is a sport.
Oh
It's
God,
not.
what are
I
you
can
gonna
tell
say?
you it's not.
Professional wrestling.
Oh,
Okay.
I've heard that they're going to start doing new filmings of like
sure.
Raw or WrestleMania or
WWE.
whatever it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
WWE, WWF, WWW.
.com.
I don't know how. I don't
Is
know
that
what
where
they're
you were
called.
going?
Wrestling.com. No.
Yeah,
Wrestling.com.
wrestling.com.
Sure.
But yeah, they were going to start doing new productions of wrestling just sans crowds.
Sure.
Well, Vince McMahon needs the money because the
That's-
XFL folded,
That's
and that was a huge.
Well,
That was a
what
huge
the
investment.
XFL?
It was an Extreme Football League, and it
Ooh.
started.
Is that where like packs of rabid dogs are chasing you?
I like where your
While
head's
you're-
at.
That
But
is
no.
extreme.
That is extreme. The XFL actually, this go around wasn't extreme. It started. They did one before, and it was extreme. It was wrestling, but with football. Like it was very showman-y.
It sounds very Greek.
Yeah,
sounds like
it was
rugby,
more just
but-
like
Yeah.
if you took Las Vegas and merged it with football, like in its most down to earth stripped away form, that's
and then
what
you
it
get
was.
wrestling.
And then you get wrestling.
Professional wrestling.
This last year, before the Corona stuff started, XFL was just another football league. It was really well done. It really was. I watched several of the games, and they tweaked things where the NFL should have tweaked things and left some things that should be left alone. And it was safer for the football players, but more entertainment for the fans. And so it was on a good path. And then this happened, and they had to stop operations, and it just fell apart. And so now they're trying to sell it, but it's hard to sell something that they just filed bankruptcy for. So I read that this week that
I
they
can see
filed
that.
bankruptcy.
Oh.
But it's all backed by Vince McMahon.
Well, I know NASCAR is coming back.
Yes, I've heard that as
Yeah,
well.
and I know Fox is going to start running NASCAR again. Are they keeping the stands empty or?
Yeah, I think
okay.
no crowds, and I think like people are maybe thinking baseball, like some baseball leagues or whatever might be starting back up, but
Well,
with
that's
no
not very
stands.
exciting anyway.
It's America's pastime.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Yeah,
what I was going to say about
It's hit or
NASCAR
miss.
as a racing person, I see what you did there. as like growing up around racing, is NASCAR has lost a ton of its popularity in the past just several years. It's gone sharp decline, and so
It took a sharp right.
it took a sharp right.
When it should have
When
taken
it
a
should have
left.
taken a
Should've
left, yeah.
taken a left.
This is the Bad Dad Puns podcast.
I gotta get off of here.
Bad Dad Puns. So yeah. Anyways, but I could see baseball coming back. I mean, they don't touch each other for the most
Yeah,
part,
I mean-
unless you tag someone.
Yeah.
So you can totally play social distancing baseball.
Yeah,
That's
why
just
did-
called baseball.
Why did they
It's
even
called,
stop?
It's called tag, really, and dodgeball. Yeah, except in dodgeball now they're throwing giant coronaviruses at people.
That's true. Sport
Giant.
balls.
Oh, that would be now. There's a show. Are you listening, Fox Sports?
Infection, like when you get hit, you're infected.
Yeah, and you turn into a zombie.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, let's just take it to the next level.
Hey, The Simpsons predicted
I saw.
some of the stuff.
It's
It's weird.
I
It is
feel like
weird.
The Simpsons has just done so much in the 35 years that it's
Yeah.
35 years that it's been running. I think they're like 35 seasons in.
Yeah, Knoxville's
like that.
Knoxville's been on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I know the Sunsphere full of wigs episode. That's all that we need to know about it.
That's right.
But I feel like they've touched so many different things that it's kind of hard not to look back at The Simpsons and say, oh, they did it. Yeah, I'd be surprised.
But the fact
That's
that the
weird.
killer bees came back,
From people protesting about we want a cure,
Yeah.
cure, and then
the bees.
The bees.
Honestly, though.
But the bee thing just kind of died down. It was hype. I mean, it was one nest in Washington State.
I don't know. I'm still kind of concerned.
They are so big you can see them coming.
They're murder hornets.
Yeah, they are murder hornets. I mean, there's a YouTube channel. This guy, I can't remember his name, but he gets stung a lot. He goes into what he calls the sting zone, and I'm pretty
What are
sure
you
that his name
watching?
is like Grizzly or something equally ridiculous. Like nobody was Lakota. People don't actually name their kids this unless you were living on an Indian reservation. Right? But he actively seeks out these creatures that can sting or bite or are venomous, and gets bitten or stung by them. So he got stung by the giant hornet. His arm like swelled up and scary, it was creepy. And at the whole time, like I will give him this, he's trying not to hurt the hornet. So he's like holding it with padded tongs, and he puts it on his arm and he shakes it around a little bit so that it gets its little stinger into it. With stinger is a 1/4 inch long, by the way. And then he has the sense to put it back underneath the little jar that it's in.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is wild watching him do this. But, to each their own.
Well, I'm sure he got a lot of views for that.
It's like 5 million or something.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Well,
Murder Hornet, great XFL name.
The Murder Hornets.
The Murder Hornet.
As soon as you said it, I knew exactly where you were going with it.
Is that not already taken by Charlotte?
No, it's
No,
the
'cause
Hornets, but I like where your head's
They're not
at.
killing the competition.
They're not murderous.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
One more thing to talk about before we wrap up is Carm.
Oh, yeah, Carm. So they...
Oh yeah, that's right. This is about Knoxville.
Yes, bring it back into Knoxville. You know Carm, the thrift stores.
Mhm.
And it's like a ministry, basically. It stands for Knox Area Rescue Ministries. It's like a Christian-based organization that helps people in the community.
Yeah.
Great place.
Yeah, great place. And they also, they have thrift stores that the proceeds go to. But they opened up a new Carm on Kingston Pike. It's in Bearden, technically. I think the address is like 5917, which I don't know why you would need to know that, but it's like across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts.
Before Macklemore, I'd never really visited a thrift store.
That's interesting to me. I like thrift stores. Stores.
Stores, yeah.
I shopped at them a lot. But I also like Macklemore.
When I first got into real estate, I went and bought a suit that had to have been made for a pimp because it was very flamboyant. It did not fit me at all, but I was like, oh, yeah, I need a suit because I'm a real estate person now.
Well, sure. Well, on that note, I'm going to turn it over a little bit to one more cool thing about Knoxville that's happening.
Okay.
So, Poor Tap Room, which is in Old City.
Yep. The
Great
wristband place, right?
Yeah. Great tap
Yeah.
room. Well, now they have become the first full-service touchless tap room in Tennessee, and they've made their doors like you can open everything without touching it, and you can also pour the beer without touching the taps or doing it all. So it's like, if you're gonna go drink somewhere, maybe try that out. It's local. They're doing good things for the COVID-19 outbreak, so
And they've got a huge selection.
they really do
They've got a
everything you
huge
could
selection. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, except I'm pretty sure they don't have Corona on tap. And if they do,
want. Sure.
they are wasting their taps.
Well, they definitely don't have it on tap because it's a touchless.
Because it's touchless.
Yes. So, but that's the last cool thing I have about Knoxville right now.
Isn't every bar touchless? Like, you're not pouring your own drinks at most bars.
No,
Tap
but
room,
somebody
tap
is.
room.
Tap room.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tap room.
sorry. Gotcha. Tap room.
And somebody's always touching the things.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, bars are not the cleanest places.
Normally.
Normally. Yeah, but I mean, now
They're
they
upping
kinda-
their standards.
Yeah, they really have to. I mean, if you're going to survive in today's world, don't touch anybody.
Sorry. Sure. I have nothing else to say.
Guys, that has been the craziest episode of Knox Talk so far since we started recording it. I'm Robbie Sands. This is Lauren Rutherford, Patrick Hoffman. Guys, thank you so much. If you would like to follow us or support us, please like and subscribe to one of our platforms. You can always reach Lauren at thesandsgrouptn.com and reach me at robbie@thesandsgrouptn.com. Until next time, talk to you guys soon.